Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and realized your cat was sleeping right beside you? Maybe curled up at the foot of the bed, maybe stretched out near your pillow, or quietly lying next to you as if it had been there all along. Most of us assume cats sleep with their owners simply because they enjoy warmth. But if we look at it from an animal behavior perspective, the truth is actually much more complex. In a cat's world, sleep is not a random act. When a cat chooses to sleep next to you, it is making a very important biological decision. And sometimes, we completely misunderstand what our cats are actually trying to communicate. If you truly want to understand your cat better, the small details in the way they sleep can be one of the best places to start. Here are 8 things you should know when your cat sleeps with you. 1. Why does your cat always choose the same sleeping spot? Think about something familiar. Does your cat have a very specific spot on the bed? Maybe right next to your hip, maybe at the foot of the bed, or a tiny corner it returns almost every single night. At first glance, this might just look like a simple habit. But before cats fall asleep, they quietly evaluate their surroundings. They check the temperature. They notice familiar scents. They measure their distance from you. And they even make sure there is a clear escape path in case something unexpected happens. Once everything feels stable, the cat's brain builds what scientists often describe as a safety map. And once that map is formed, the cat tends to return to the same location every night. It's the cat's way of making its world feel predictable. 2. Why do many cats sleep near your head? Many cat owners wake up and discover their cat sleeping right next to their pillow. At first, it may seem random, but the human head is actually one of the most stable parts of the body during sleep. We tend to move our arms and legs much more than we move our heads. For a cat, that stability matters. There is another important detail, too. Human hair and scalp hold a large amount of natural scent. And in a cat's world, scent acts like an identity signal. It tells them exactly who they are close to. Over time, these familiar scent signals help cats feel that their environment is still stable and safe. But something even more fascinating can begin to happen when cats sleep close to us for long periods of time. 3. Cats can synchronize their sleep with yours. Cats are incredibly adaptable animals. When they regularly sleep beside the same person, they often begin adjusting their biological rhythms. This process is known as sleep synchronization. Cats learn to recognize their owner's breathing patterns, small movements, and sleep cycles. That is why many cats seem to know the exact moment you are about to fall asleep, or when you are about to wake up. But this synchronization doesn't only go in one direction. Sometimes cats start influencing our sleep habits too. And that leads to one behavior that many cat owners know all too well. 4. The midnight zoomies. Have you ever been woken up at 3 a.m. by the sound of your cat racing around the room? Many cat owners call this the zoomies. At first, it might look like your cat is simply being mischievous. But this behavior is deeply connected to a cat's ancient biological rhythm. Cats are crepuscular animals, which means they are naturally most active during dawn and dusk. In the wild, these are the times when prey is easiest to catch. Even indoor cats still carry this rhythm in their bodies. If they don't release enough energy during the day, that energy can build up and explode at night. One gentle way to help regulate this cycle is by creating a familiar bedtime routine. Play, eat, then rest. This sequence mimics the pattern of a successful hunt in the wild. 5. Why does your cat watch you while you sleep? You may have experienced a slightly strange moment. You open your eyes in the middle of the night, and your cat is just sitting there, quietly staring at you. It can feel a little eerie. But for cats, this behavior is actually very normal. Often, they are simply observing and making sure everything in the environment is still safe. In nature, cats sometimes take turns keeping watch. While one animal rests, another remains alert to potential danger. So when your cat watches you while you sleep, it may simply be checking that everything around you is still secure. Interestingly, this behavior often appears more frequently in cats that feel strongly bonded to their owners. Before we continue, take a moment to think about your own cat. Does your cat ever sleep near your pillow? Does it run around the house at night? Or sometimes sit quietly and watch you while you're asleep? If you've seen any of these behaviors, feel free to share in the comments. I'm really curious to know which one your cat does most often. And if you enjoy calm little stories like this about cat behavior, you might consider subscribing to the channel. Because the next behaviors we're about to talk about often reveal something even deeper about how cats feel. 6. Why do cats sleep between your legs? Many cats love sleeping right between their owner's legs. At first, it may look like they are simply looking for warmth. But this position actually creates gentle pressure around the cat's body, or this sensation is sometimes described as comfort compression. It can stimulate the nervous system to release calming hormones that slow the heart rate and promote relaxation. The effect is somewhat similar to the feeling kittens experience when they sleep in a pile with their mother and litter mates. So when your cat chooses this position, it may be reconnecting with a very deep, instinctive sense of safety. 7. Why do cats turn their back on you while sleeping? This is one of the most misunderstood behaviors. When a cat turns its back toward you, many people assume the cat is ignoring them. But in a cat's world, the area behind them is actually their blind spot. In the wild, a cat would never expose that blind spot unless it completely trusted the environment around it. So when your cat turns its back toward you and falls asleep, it usually means something very positive. It means the cat feels safe enough to fully relax. In other words, it trusts that you are there to help watch over the world for it. 8. Small changes in your cat's sleeping behavior. One final thing many cat owners don't realize is that a cat's sleeping habits can change when they feel stressed or unwell. If your cat suddenly avoids sleeping near you, constantly changes sleeping spots, or becomes restless at night, it can sometimes be a signal that something in the environment has changed. A cat's sleep doesn't only reflect physical comfort, it can also reflect their emotional state. In the end, when a cat chooses to sleep beside you, it's not just a cute habit. In a cat's world, sleep is one of the most vulnerable states they experience. So when your cat curls up next to you, it is quietly saying something important. It believes that this is the safest place it has. If your cat jumps onto the bed tonight, try doing one very small thing. Just gently stroke its back once, and then let it sleep peacefully. Sometimes these quiet moments are how cats and humans build trust with each other. And now I'm curious about something. Where does your cat usually sleep on the bed? Near your head? Curled up between your legs? Or with its back turned while sleeping peacefully beside you? Share your cat's favorite sleeping spot in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video.